Hi folks, it's Kieran here. Today's video, I'm going to play around with a freestyle trick. I'm going to play around with the Casper stand. So it's a trick that I've played around with a little bit before. I used to do it as a kid. It's one of those really cool fun ones I think that everyone kind of does. The Casper stand is where your board, you turn your board on the grip side down, upside down, yeah, something like that. Your back foot goes on the tail, your front foot locks underneath the truck like that. You kind of hold it up and then you flip out of it. Looks really cool. The one that always stood out to me, and it's not actually a Casper stand, but in Rodney Mullen's round 3 part, almost round 3 part, he ollies onto this like bank, goes up to the top of the bank, actually flicks into a truck stand, pivots around, and then flicks out and rolls down the bank regular. And that trick always stood out to me as absolutely amazing. Now, I don't think I can get into a truck stand, not at this point in my skating career, but you know, a Casper stand is one of those ones that you can just sort of turn the board over into. So I want to try and like replicate that trick a little bit by finding a nice bank, rolling up, flipping into Casper, pivoting round, flipping out and rolling down regular. I'm not going to try that today. What I'm going to try today is just working out the component parts, making sure that I can get into the Casper easy, get out of the Casper, and eventually get into the Casper, pivot and sort of flip back out. Just all on flat ground today. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. I'm sure it will once I start doing it. So the first thing I'm going to do is just practice rolling, turning into Casper, and then just flicking the board back round onto the right side up. So yeah, let's get to it. Easy, just like that, first try. That's how I've always got out of it, is just that sort of flick back over. I know a lot of people do this one where you sort of pull your legs together and it flips out a little bit more excitingly. So let's do a couple more like I normally do it, and then we'll try the other way. Okay, that was pretty simple. We bashed them out pretty quick. So the next step is I think this is the way that, like, the regular way of getting out of it, the way that most people get out of it. I've always kind of just cheated and just done that, like, it's almost like a pancake flip. You just push it back over. So for this one, when the board's like this, you pull your feet together like that, and what will happen is the board will sort of, I don't know, I'm not quite sure how it rotates and claps, but it sort of will jump back out and you land back on it. I know my friend Martin and Matt, they can both do this. I've seen loads of people do it, but I've never sort of tried it myself. I've always just cheated. So yeah, let's give this a go and see what happens. So that's the better way of getting out of it. I genuinely haven't done that before, but I can definitely see why people choose to do it that way. It looks way cooler, and secondly, it's not that much harder. You just have to remember to jump a little bit more when you clap your legs together, and then the board will jump out and stuff. So yeah, cool. So stage 3 is to try and get the pivot. So what I mean by a pivot is, once I'm in Casper, what I want to do is this, which in itself is pretty simple, as you can see. But what I ideally want to do is to get in it. I'm okay with pausing for a second to set up, pivot, and then come out of it and like do the trick out as one movement. I don't want to like pivot, stop, and then flip out. So yeah, that's the plan. Roll forward, get into it. I don't mind hesitating to set up for the pivot and then flip out. So yeah, let's see how we get on with that. Okay, that was way harder than I thought it was going to be. As you can see, I just did my regular flip out. When you're actually up in it and pulling it around, because obviously you're having to like quite hold a lot of tension, it's kind of difficult to like do the scoop together feet one, or at least I just sort of like default to the flip over one. So let's do a few more of those, just make sure we get locked in, and then we might try some of the better flip out ones. But if I was gonna go and do it on a bank, I would totally take that one. So we'll see how quickly these other ones come. Okay, they came reasonably quickly. You see there was quite a few tries. It basically just depends on how well I'm balanced when I get into that pivot. If my weight is nice, I can easily just roll the board round, get on top of it and roll away. Whereas if I'm too far forward or back, it's just not happening. So, cool. Let's give it like 10 good tries at trying to do the sort of other flip out variation after the pivot. And I'm not going to be disappointed if I can't get that today, but I feel like we at least need to give it a go, right? That you can barely see, that is our local air ambulance. I wonder if they know something I don't. There we go. So I gave it a good few tries and that other variation out, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem to want to work as well with the pivot, that one. I don't know, I think it's just the way, like, you have to put a lot more tension in your legs, so just getting it to pull together, and then the board doesn't want to stay around. It's just really weird. It's not kind of working today. I do think it's doable, but I'm beat already today. It's really, really hot out. So we'll call that one for today, and we'll maybe work on that one another time. But we do have the parts we need to go and try this trick on a bank. So yeah, super stoked for that. So yeah, I'll go to, I don't know when I'm going to get down to give that a try, but that video will be coming in the future, so keep an eye out for that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, click that little subscribe button and you'll get to see when, you know, part 2 of this video comes out, where we'll try and do, I don't know, Casper stall to regular or whatever it would be called on a bank. So yeah, looking forward to it. But Anyway guys, as always, huge thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.